All right, we're back and we're live here on a Thursday, February 25th, 2021. This is Esports Extra, the only live call in sports show talking traditional sports, esports, and gaming. Take your phone calls live 877-853-5247. Meeting ID Esports Extra. That is 377-678-9872 at the pound button twice to join the show. Larry Ridley here, SNY TV, NBC Sports, Madden NFL, NBA 2K League. 3 on 3 today, a little light. We don't have any size today, man. We're all on the perimeter today. But we got OG Ski. What's up, Kang? Not King, but
Chilling,
Kang.
chilling. Had a great night last night. We had our first annual NSGC Black History Month Legacy and Gaming panel. It was hosted by Autumn Johnson. We had Ed Matherin, who runs the WR Pro Am League. Black Frank White, who's the 2K League Community Global Ambassador.
Global.
Yeah,
He's
and
international now. Yeah. What's up, Frank White?
to Juan Fairley, Mavs GG, general
Yep.
manager and head coach, and of course myself. We talked about what Black history means to us, and basically about being pioneers in our own esports space within the 2K community and the 2K League.
No, good stuff, man. Yeah, I'm proud to see you guys out there shining a light and giving everyone their roses, man. A really good deal that you all had last night, and definitely something that you guys should do more often. This should be an annual thing, man,
Oh
for
yeah,
you guys. Yeah.
we can. Alton Bird, who's the vice president of growth properties for BSE Global, he now oversees NSGC.
Hmm.
We're building out a 12-month community blast of doing various things within our market area and beyond. So be on the lookout for it. We really growing SGC
Hey,
today.
OG just hit him with the DMA, man. He's like the market area. I'm like, huh? What does he know about the DMA? Daryl, what do you remember the old DMA, right? Working in television,
Demographics?
well, the dominant market area. That's what
Yeah,
that's how you get your TV sizes or whatever your
yeah,
market
your
sizes.
markets. Yeah,
So,
yeah.
of course, New York will be number one, LA number
Mm-hmm.
two, Chicago three, things of
Three.
that nature. So yeah. What's up with you, Dagwood? You out there in Carnoustie, right?
Yeah, Canarsie, Brooklyn. Don't listen to this man. I live in Canarsie,
which
Canarsie,
is
Brooklyn.
which is not too far from Iverson's sister, right?
You mean Bedford Stuyvesant?
Yes,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
what I was trying to say. Exactly. What's up with you, man? How you living, dude?
I'm living all right, hanging in there. The weather wasn't too bad today. Trying to look into some things, trying to make some moves here. We'll see.
Trying to look into some things.
Yeah,
Let's look into this jacket you got on right there. What is that? Show America what you got.
Mhm.
Seahawks, baby, all
Oh,
day. We rep the
no.
name on the front, not the name on the back. The name on the back changes. The name on the front stays the same.
Well, the name on the back right now is a really good name. You sure you want to exchange him out? And who do you want to bring in?
He asked for this smoke. We didn't ask for this smoke. It's all him. So you got to be careful what you ask for.
Dude,
But
there are literally three guys on this planet that's better than your quarterback. Who y'all
that's
gonna
okay.
replace him with?
Hey, you got to get a quarterback from somewhere. But right now, he's
Did,
under contract for
did
4
you
years.
did you
I
see
don't see him
Bulls?
going
Did,
anywhere.
did you see Bulls fans say, we don't care about 23. Y'all can have him.
Did we? Shit, what did I miss? We won 6 championships. How many championships we won?
I know you're gonna say that, but he's still pretty good. Like you would agree
He's
with me,
be,
right?
he's becoming a problem. He's feeling himself. I told you that. He's
I
feeling
know.
himself right now.
I'm Team Russell in this one because I love. Look, I love to see a little infighting here. This is a family fight, and I'm like a voyeur. I'm peeking in right now. I'm looking at this fight. I want to see y'all keep this thing going on. I'm Team Russell. You want to be old Seahawks and no, dog. Without Russell, y'all would still be that team out there in the Pacific Northwest that no one knows about and no one cares about.
Listen, he's not the only quarterback on the planet. You know, with the formula that Pete Carroll has, and
So
it's
you're gonna
been
bring in
working.
Marcus. You're gonna bring in Marcus Mariota, and y'all gonna be just as good, right?
I don't know about that, but
Okay. Who you gonna bring in?
Marcus Mariota is going to be a lot cheaper. Maybe we can
Hey,
spend some more extra money free
There's a
Geno
agency
Smith
and
reason
get
why
some
it's
era.
cheaper.
studs on the offensive line. Russell is taking all the money. He's got all the money in his pocket.
What happens when you got a big time QB and he's a
All
top
right, then
five,
you can't take all the
top six?
money and then complain. You got to shut your mouth. Play football.
Deshaun Watson taking all the money too.
And what he said he not playing. Well, he's not
Patrick
playing for other
Mahomes,
reasons.
Patrick Mahomes taking a lot of money too.
Derwin coming with the shut up and throw.
Yeah, man.
Geno Smith era.
You
Hey,
know, he's not he's not bigger than the team. Is the bottom line. I just thought about something, guys. A couple of years ago, and this is why I can't stand 12s. and I've been a Hawk fan for 30 something years. I'm from New York, so I hold people accountable. The 12s don't. They don't say anything negative about Russell at all. They treat him like a god. But you remember a couple of years ago when Earl Thomas was talking about, if you guys kick me to the curb,
Right.
Dallas, come get me. This guy's agent has just put out 4 teams today. Russell ain't getting killed for that.
And those 4 teams are Cowboys, Saints, Raiders, Bears. Interesting. I can see 2 of the 4. Those are the 4 teams.
Yeah. Why are you going to the Bears?
I know. It's like
Bears are not as
got a good
worse off than
defense.
us.
Got a good defense. Keep
Says
Allen
who?
Robinson. Their defense is pretty good.
Their offensive line is a shambles.
It's better than Seattle's. Their offensive line might even be better than Seattle's too.
I don't
Their
know.
defense, well, we do know their defense is better than Seattle's. There's no doubt about that. They got a really good receiver, not as good as DK.
He's a free agent.
They can keep
Allen Robinson's a free agent.
They can keep him.
I don't think he's going back there.
Is there a crime against keeping your own players? Like,
So
are you allowed to do that?
Their receivers are better than Seattle's?
I didn't say that. I said he's not as good as DK, but he's really good. So
Allen Robinson's really good, but he's a free agent. He's not going back there.
No, they can keep. He said he'd go back. He just wants to get paid. That's what he said.
Okay.
So look, their offensive line is better. There you go. They've got the makings of a good team. You add in Russell.
So you put Russell on that team. They're better than the Packers and the Vikings. No,
they're right there.
No, they're not.
They are. Yes, they are.
No, they're not.
Yeah, they are.
They're not.
Yes, they are.
No, they're not.
They're better than the Vikings. They're better than the Vikings
be
now.
careful for what you ask
They're
for.
better than the Vikings now.
This whole thing is about. I want to call them selfish.
Do you agree with that? Do you agree? You still taking the Vikings over the Bears right now?
Vikings with their run game and the way they play and their 2 receivers.
They didn't make it to the playoffs, dog.
Heck yeah, the Vikings.
Who made it to the playoffs last year?
Green Bay.
And
Vikings didn't make it.
Who
Vikings were bad last year.
Who else in the North? The Bears. The Bears. Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. So you add him to a playoff team, of course that makes him better, right?
Do you think the Vikings, even though the Vikings didn't make the playoffs, you think the weapons that they have, those 2 receivers?
I didn't say they're not any good.
The running back that they have is a
would
top
be
3
better.
running back. That was an off year for them. You don't think they'll get back to the playoffs?
Been a lot of off years since Kirk Cousins has been there. They've only been to the playoffs once.
How about the
They've had more off years than on years, right?
Listen.
All right, we'll keep it moving. I just want to mess with you. I don't want you to go too much on a tangent because we got to get out here in 45 minutes.
Don't start with me.
Yeah, I just thought that was a nice, pullover that you have on right there, man. It's like, okay, Seahawks.
Oh, it's lovely. It's beautiful.
Hey, say go Hawks.
Go Hawks.
There you go. See, Russell Wilson would say that too.
Go Hawks.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't seem like he means it.
He does. This is fascinating though because he kind of walked it back a little bit today, but they also threw out, we got 4 teams pretty much. We got a list just in case. He's got 4 years left. He's making a ton of money, but it's gonna get interesting, man.
It's just going to be a distraction. But you know what? This team, as someone said today,
you know what? It's going to wake everybody up because they're sleepy in Seattle anyway. So now they can wake everybody up. They got something
as
to
I said
about.
Before, this is a team that normally when stuff happens, they keep it in house. Very seldom the things get out. Like
No.
nobody knew about
LOB.
Well, nobody knew about like the Percy Harvin stuff and all this other stuff. And then there was a Seahawk.
Marshawn Lynch.
Marshawn Lynch beat to his own drum.
Yeah, but there was still stuff that came out.
After the fact,
it ain't like they're the Patriots where nothing comes out. There were things came out during that run. LOB sniping, offense, defense, future playing music. There was a bunch of stuff in Seattle.
But you know what?
Drama in Seattle, dude.
But you know what? One of the Seahawks, and it was the guy from NFL Network. Can't think of his name right now. He said there was an article, and one of the Seahawks.
Mike Robinson, the old fullback.
Yeah, not Mike Robb. It was someone else. What's Giafolo's last name? You know what I'm talking about?
Mike Garafolo used to work
right.
at SNY. Yeah, Mike Garafolo.
He said that he read somewhere, one of the old Seahawks said, basically the Seahawks kind of, they made this because they got rid of all the guys to make Russ feel a certain way. They didn't want to challenge Russ. And I'm pretty sure there was all the defensive guys because the defensive guys were the guys holding it down. Mm-hmm. And now they created this climate that Russell feels that he can do this now. So I think
go ahead.
I think they kind of created a monster a little bit.
I think you're right on. That's what I was trying to say a couple of nights ago, which is they've sort of created this. Russell is feeling himself,
Mm-hmm.
and that's where this is. But when you get the accolades, the money, he seems a little pissed too that he didn't win MVP probably, or he's not playing in the Super Bowl, one and done in the playoffs. He just seems salty. He wasn't happy about winning the Walter Payton Man of the Year, and it's like, I don't know, maybe Sal Sierra.
Don't
I
piss
don't
the
know.
bed the last 10 games of the year.
I agree.
No one says anything to him about that. It's like he doesn't get criticized.
But they were the most flawed 5-6-0 team I've ever seen in my life. They
You
were
can't
not
you
dominant. They beat
you
everybody by. They got every damn luck and bounce, and they were barely undefeated, barely beaten teams,
listen.
barely beat New England, barely beat
Steph
Miami, barely
Stuff and
beat
Cam
anybody.
Newton on the goal line is not barely. That's schemed up, and we knew where the
That
ball
is
was going.
schemed up.
But
But
you know what?
before it even come down to that, as well as you all played, y'all still should have lost to New England at home.
Well, we didn't have a pass rush. That's the only why Cam Newton was standing up.
I didn't say all that. I'm just saying, as bad as New England is, and as great as you all played an A+ game, and still should have lost that game. That told me they ain't good.
Mm.
Ain't good. When
Yeah,
you play
you
your
can't-
A+ game,
you
you ain't losing.
You can't play the Rams, your arch rival, and go
Right.
out there and throw 3 picks in the regular season.
That is
And
true.
then you can't pull a Cam Newton in the playoffs and throw a pick on a screen pass. Come on, man. And now you want to sit up here and talk about you want to cook? You want to call? If we hear he wanted to call his own play, you're not the coach. You ain't calling
man.
your plays.
All right,
Stop.
let's keep it moving. We're gonna keep it moving. All right, let's talk. Let's go from one star athlete on the West Coast to another one that's currently on the West Coast. Tiger Eldrick Woods. The latest, of course, we remember the car accident that he had, the single car crash, the rollover crash in that Genesis SUV out there. Fractured, legs. Also a shattered ankle. Didn't know what the hell hit him. Allegedly some speeding involved there. That's a pretty notorious area. I saw on the news the other day. I think 13 major accidents on that one stretch of road there in the last 13 months, about one a month.
Man.
I know the sheriff's office last night said no alcohol involved. That's the good news there.
Did
So
you know that
what
for sure? Was that
they don't they just said they don't think any alcohol was involved.
they don't think? We
They,
don't know that for sure.
well, they said he wasn't drunk.
Okay. You can still be
So
under the influence and not be drunk.
that is true. That is true. Just you guys' thoughts on the latest with Tiger Woods and where this thing is going. It looks like he's going to make a recovery. He's lucky to be alive. He's going to have a very long and lengthy and extensive road to recovery as well on the road to rehab, back surgeries, knees, all that stuff, shoulders, and now he's got the lower extremities and the shattered ankle. You guys' thoughts here on the latest with Tiger Woods. The good news is, looks like he wasn't drunk, so that's something to build on.
Yeah, I'm glad that he's alive. Unfortunately, I mean, with all everything that they said that happened to him, it's going, like you said, be a long road to recovery, and then also some of those things, like, you never get 100% healed. Like, you're always gonna have some aches and pain and different things like that. But I hope at the end of the day, no alcohol or anything like that was involved. And I think if I'm correct or not, was he the only one involved in it?
Yes,
Like,
single car crash. Doesn't remember a damn thing. Nothing.
yeah, that's man, that's, I don't know. I mean, a lot of people look at that iffy. I mean, like I said, it don't have to be alcohol, but maybe he passed out or something while he was driving, or something happened. I mean, like that that caused the accident. But like I said, I'm glad he's alive. The kids don't have to be without a father and things like that. But it's definitely gonna be a tough road to recovery. For a minute there, Durbin was sounding like a detective.
I know, right? Are we sure
Like
about
he
that?
was-
I
like-
love
like he was
detective
on the
shows. Well, I'm
scene.
on it.
Detective.
First 48, my show.
Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead, OG. What you saying?
Nah, I'm finished. I was just saying Durbin was sound like he was on the scene, boy. Like,
I know, right?
yeah.
I'll be
Orange-
looking into stuff, dog.
Orange County Sheriff's Department with your green jacket on, man. That's the only thing you're missing right now, the badge. No criminal charges will be filed here. Apparently, they're concerned about maybe some speeding or things of that nature. So, Durbin, your thoughts here, man. Road to recovery and some of the facts that we know currently with Tiger Woods.
Well, I was listening to Colin Cowherd yesterday, and Colin lives out in California, and he was talking about that stretch of road, and he was like, he basically said Tiger was speeding on the road. You should not be speeding on.
No, they said purely an accident, no alcohol, purely an accident, but definitely there was some speeding involved. They're going to recreate it and things of that nature. Yeah.
at the end of the day,
That's part
this
of the
is
investigation.
a hard life's lesson. He's lucky to be alive. And when you look at that car and where it wound up, he's lucky to be alive. Um, Golf is not important right now. Him just getting healthy, him being able to walk again, it is, it's going to take some time. Um, yeah, he should just count his blessings and kiss his children, kiss his, his kids, because he's lucky. He is really, really lucky. I know in the future we're going to find out more exactly as they investigate this. And we'll find out definitely if there was no alcohol or if he was speeding, exactly what was going on. But I want to say that I heard that there is some kind of recorder in the car, that
Black
particular
box.
car.
That's what they're going to check. That's what they're going to look for the speed. You see the black
Yeah.
boxes with the
Oh,
aircrafts and things like that. But no criminal charges. That's the big thing. So that tells me, okay,
right.
probably wasn't drunk. They're going to let all that slap, but
Uh-huh.
they are going to, see about the speeding, which
Yeah.
probably was impacted and affected this.
Right. Yeah. So you just count your blessings. He's just really, really lucky. We could have lost another one.
Yeah.
So
I guess the quote was no evidence of impairment.
right.
So they don't think he was drunk. Layman's terms right there. So
Yeah. So but yeah, man, maybe down the road he'll play golf again someday. I doubt it. I mean, he's a little older now. But look, golf is a lifetime sport.
it is.
You could be 75 years old and play golf.
But yeah,
Not
but it can't win at a high level.
Right, right. But right
Tail
now,
end right here, he had about 5 years, and I don't know, this crash may have eaten up those 5 years. You know,
yeah,
This
because I mean, after you get past 50, you're not winning a major.
Yeah, this is the thing
You're
about
just
it with Tiger, man. He's always been notorious for his power and everything like that. And the more you keep taking away from your body,
Yep.
yeah, that it goes away. So it's I didn't even want to speak on the actual golf aspect of it, because he got a long way to go. And I mean, he had already been dealing with some things, over the years anyway prior to this. So I think it's going to be a difficult. I think it's even difficult to call right now if he's going to be able to return to playing golf.
Yeah, they said he won't face reckless driving charges. So I'm with you on this now, Durbin. I think he's in the clear because look, they might want to find out why this happened.
right.
That's why you collect the black boxes. But what are they trying to find out? It's like you're not going to charge him. You just said he wasn't drunk. There was no evidence of impairment. We're not going to charge him, and it was purely an accident. Then
You still got to investigate. You still people want to know what happened.
I guess they thinking, look, he's already suffered enough, maybe.
Right.
Hey,
Exactly.
Or
That's what
maybe
it
the
is.
celebrity
Hey,
status.
Darwin,
I
I don't need over investigation for a single car crash when we got murders and everything out here that we stop looking for and things like that. Use that for something else a little bit more important.
Hey, but maybe there's something going on with that road. Maybe they got to put some cones up somewhere. This is when you have accidents in a particular spot, that's when the traffic people got to come out there and say, you know what, we've had too many accidents in this area. We have to do something to minimize that, and that's normally what happens.
No, I agree with that. I agree with that.
So if Colin Cowherd said this is a notorious area for speeding, then we just almost lost Tiger. Maybe almost losing Tiger forces the county to do something about that area.
Well, they said he struck a median, traveled several hundred feet before coming to a stop in a gully. He was driving down a steep, curvy section of a road south of Los Angeles, known to be problematic for speeding drivers. Of course, he was extricated and things of that nature. He's responsive and awake after going a long surgical procedure. Ankle is shattered. That's what they're saying. And he's got other injuries and compound fractures to his right leg. So yeah, this is tough. He's at the UCLA Medical Center. So yeah. So hopefully a speedy recovery for Eldrick Tiger Woods. Like I said, man, Jack won it at 46, that last Masters in 86, I think, right, Durbin, somewhere around there, mid to late 40s when he won his last and final major. Tiger at 15, he needs 3 more to catch Jack, 4 to pass him. I don't know, man. Coming back from this, like I said, you're right, Durbin. I mean, OG, they may have taken 3, 4, 5 years off his life right there, or not his life, but his career anyway.
Yeah, definitely. I don't see it. I mean, I'm not trying to be a negative Nancy or anything like that, but
right.
It's health first. And when you think about even, sometimes people look at golfers like typically like they're athletes, but they're not like super athletes. And unless you really get into the sport and you learn what makes each golfer special, then you start to only recognize how athletic they are. And Tiger, that's what made him one of the premier golfers in the world. And I just don't see every time you keep accumulating an injury or an ailment here and there, you don't stay the same. And he's getting older. He's older now, but he's getting,
What's Tiger, 44? He's my age. He's like 44, 45.
Yeah.
He's our age.
Right.
So,
So
yeah.
I don't know. I don't see it. I'm worried about health first, and then let's go from there. I mean, you got Charlie coming up now. He probably gonna want to invest more time in him, and see what direction he goes.
Yeah, he looked good. He got a swing on him too. Looked just like his daddy out there. Of course, Dad looking like Earl out there, the late Earl Thomas. Go ahead.
There's a couple of other lessons here that nothing. You can't take certain things for granted. Remember when Tiger came up? He was a sensation, and everybody just knew he was going to break this record.
Sure, I did. And I certainly did.
The world pretty much did, and he's not going to do it.
You think about it, 2009 through 2021, lost years, man. Lost years. That's 12 years, man. 12 years right there. The old Tiger, that's probably 10 to 12 damn majors right there.
Right.
And he was stuck on 14 for what? For 10 years? 11 years? Yeah, the last one he won was the 08 U.S. Open. Didn't win again until the Masters, a year or two ago? He was lucky to get 15. So, and I wanted to see him pass Jack. And let me ask you this. Mount Rushmore of sports athletes all time, is he up there?
Yeah, I would say so.
Ali, Tiger, Jordan, who else?
Oh, you said all sports or golf?
All sports. No, all sports. Just
ain't no way Brady ain't on there. Man.
I was about to say it might be it's Ali, Tiger, and Jordan for me for 3.
Yeah.
Who's the 4th one? I could say Brady.
Kaepernick.
You gotta put Brady on there. You can't. I don't think you can have
Brady,
one without Brady.
Yeah.
Brady and Mike.
Yeah. Or at least cultural excellence.
Right.
Cultural
definitely.
importance. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of what I'm basing it off of as well. So Ali, Jordan, Tiger, and Brady would be pretty good, Mount Rushmore. Yeah, I agree. Let's go to the NBA. Go ahead, real quick. Go ahead.
But I've been seeing this a lot lately. A lot of people are feeling like Serena Williams she's another story.
Yeah.
Like she's the greatest athlete. I'm seeing that a lot in publications and stuff.
Well, but this is the thing, Derwin. If we switch it to what Larry said about cultural, then you probably take Tom Brady off and you add Serena, and there you go.
There you go. I could dig that. I could. Y'all saw what Kyrie had to say. He wants, of course, is nothing new. Wants Kobe Bryant to be the new logo. Jerry West, the old logo. Been around for what? About 50 years, right? OG since 69, something like that. The great Jerry West from West Virginia, home of Renee Montgomery. Those country roads down there in West Virginia. He says, I don't care, man. Black Kings built this league. I was like, okay, Kyrie. He ain't lying. Say whatever you want to say about Kyrie. He did not lie on that statement right there. Vanessa co-signed on this. I know she put it on her Instagram story as well. I think we got a picture of it that we're going to show as well. You got some thoughts on this? Kyrie saying Kobe Bryant should be the logo. Now, the NBA hasn't made any. Look, they're not going to change anything as of now. They haven't really said anything about it, but I'm with Kyrie on this. I'd like that.
Ain't going to happen. Nope.
Probably not, but no. I like the idea of it.
No. We love Kobe. He's been an inspiration, but we're not changing the logo.
Well, the logo said it should be Jordan. This was a few years ago.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, and even if you ain't gonna change it for Jordan, you ain't gonna change it for Kobe.
Well, I mean, he is,
No, you're not changing it.
Posthumously, he is dead. So I mean,
Yeah, I mean, well, the most important thing is this, and I read. I'm not gonna take credit for this, but I read this somewhere.
You get credit for reading. Good for you.
Yeah. Well, the thing is that. Everybody knows the logo is Jerry West, right? Yes. West knows it. West has never got any money for it. West doesn't care. If you make Kobe the logo, you now have to get paid for the rights and pay his estate. So now the NBA it becomes a whole financial thing now. There's no need to go down that road.
Well, maybe it's something that you can work out and negotiate, or maybe Vanessa's like, you know what?
So
I'm with you. If I'm the Bryant family,
you want me to now just volunteer to give you money?
Right.
Stop. I'm a business. I'm not going to just volunteer to give you millions just for what? To change the logo? No, it's been the same way from the beginning. Leave it be. They don't
OG.
have to. They don't have to pay
Man,
anything for that logo.
I mean, I get what Darwin's saying, but I'm gonna take it a little deeper because I think where we're at in 2021 is that years and years have went by where a lot of us just been asleep. Like it's things that we was unaware, didn't know, and now a lot of things are coming to light, and our perception of everything is changing. Some for the better, some is still on pause. But I think I'm glad that a lot of issues are being aware and are being brought to the light, and we having these uncomfortable discussions because at the end of the day, I think it's just a lot of things that people didn't pay attention to. I mean, what Kyrie's saying is 1,000% correct, but we didn't think like a lot of people wasn't really thinking about it because the magnitude of situations that's happened, especially in 2020, and then years prior to. So I think now, especially with the awareness of the how African Americans have built a lot of things in the U.S.
Literally built this
It,
country. Literally.
yeah, so
Off our backs.
yeah, so I think every day that goes by, different issues are being raised, and people want credit, and
And
I'm
reparations, which Joe Biden is looking into currently with Congress.
right. So I don't think it's unfortunate because it's going to be another reason for people to
Hmm.
target Kyrie. But
Hmm.
I mean, I tell you what, the man is having fun, and he's being unapologetic about how he feels on what should happen, on the court and off the court. So uh, I'm with him. I mean, I wouldn't be mad at all. I mean, because really, to be honest, I mean, I think it's gonna get a challenge. It's gonna be a challenge. I mean, as long as it keeps coming up. But I'm also with Derwin though, to a degree. I mean, because I remember reading up on the logo and how it came about, and
Hmm.
everybody knew it was Jerry West, but nobody like it wasn't like they went to Jerry West and be like, hey, we want you to be the logo. So, but that's like a lot of things in this world though that get stolen and used and we've been the unfortunate we've been on the bad side of that most of the time.
Hmm.
So I think the league is predominantly black. I mean, if they all make a push for it, I mean, who knows what might happen. But I mean, like I said, I don't see it happening anytime soon, but I definitely think that if more and more players, especially the African American players, get behind what's going on and how they feel about it, you know, who knows? It could change sooner than we think.
Yeah, no, I'm with Kyrie on this, man. Kobe would be a great pick here, but Derwin's correct. You got to work on some, some other factors here. Mainly speaking, financially and economically speaking. There, my thing is, you look at the NBA logo. It's such an iconic logo right now for the league. Like to change it, that's a risk for the NBA because right now, you think about it, it's at least top one, top two best logos in all of sports right now. It might be even more iconic than the NFL logo. And we know the NFL is the larger league as far as revenue, but the NBA logo around the globe, you see that thing, oh, that's hoops, man. That's
Yeah.
the association, man. So that's something that they would have to consider as well. We'll keep it here in sports. We'll move it to the NFL, back onto the NFL field. We were talking about Russell Wilson earlier. JJ Watt, I didn't think he was going to get paid, guys. I'm hearing numbers like
Right.
15 million. I'm like, what the hell has he done? I know he's JJ Watt. This is reputation, though. What the hell has he done?
He's a tremendous player. Are you kidding me?
But
He
what the hell
was
has
a
he
tremendous
done?
What do
player.
you mean? What has he done?
Like I
What, what,
said,
what do you
he getting paid
mean?
on
Lately, Derwin.
lately. I should have said that word. Okay, Daryl, you're right. Lately, what has he done? Not ever, but what?
Oh, are we basing this on stats? I guess we're basing this on stats, which you can't always do that.
I'm basing it on eyeball. I'm basing it on stats, and I'm basing it on common sense. Last 3, 4, 5 years, he ain't done a damn thing. Those are facts.
I wouldn't say that, man. He plays hard, man. He's out there. He's giving it everything.
15 mil though, Derwin.
That's a lot of money. But you know what? If he can get it, he can get it.
I love him. I'd want him on my team. 15 million for JJ Watt. No, y'all can have him.
Well, who would you rather pay? You gonna pay $15 million to JJ Watt, or you gonna
Somebody
pay
else. Somebody else.
Oh, you gonna pay $50 million to
That's top of the line money at his position.
Or you
I'm
gonna
giving you
pay?
top of the line money. That's like paying Geno Smith $20 million. For what?
I wouldn't
For
say
what?
that.
Yeah, the hell it is. He's a backup quarterback. Man, take your $2 million and get on here. You know
Well, he's not. Well, JJ Watt's not a backup. He's a
not
starter.
a backup, but he ain't $15 million.
You
So
think
how
he's gonna
much-
be an impact player this year, Darwin?
Yeah, he's still an impact player.
$15 million. I need 10 sacks.
Yo,
I need tackle for losses. I
he
need
can give you
fumbles.
that. If you put him. Let's say you put him on the Steelers. He can't get 10 sacks.
He ain't getting no younger.
He-
Well,
he
maybe,
can-
but that's a better team. That's who he's surrounded with. I'm talking about him as an individual. We're not talking about which scheme and which team he could play on. Sure, he could be that guy that could give you the statistical value. But I'm just saying, right now, JJ Watt, he's not a $15, $16 million player.
What is he then?
In my opinion,
What is he?
half that.
You think he's a $6 million, $8 million player?
Yeah, he's about
You're
about
crazy.
7, 8.
You
Maybe half
gotta
15,
with
16.
JJ Watt. You gotta start with double figures with him. You
I'm
have
good.
to.
Then you can have him.
Okay. Somebody's gonna have him. Somebody's gonna pay him.
I don't know. I mean,
Probably.
I ain't going as far as Larry. I mean,
Larry bugging.
but 10.
That's my max. That's my
That'd
max
be the
right
max.
there.
Come on. He
Right.
playing on Houston by himself with nobody. He demands double teams. Come on. You put him
Well,
on
I mean,
a
he played- we
put
played
him
with-
on a
He
team.
played with Whitney Merciless. They had some defenses that were decent at times with some pass rushers.
That's a team.
Clowney. They had
that's a-
Merciless, Clowney, and JJ Watt.
You gonna act
that's a
like he's
team
a
that
bum or
give-
something.
I
That's
didn't
a
say it
team
was a
that
bum.
give
I didn't
players
say that.
away. They
I didn't
give
say-
players away. So I'm not about to make he wasn't playing with nobody for a
Dude,
team for a
Clowney,
franchise that's been known
Merciless-
lately to give players away, man.
Clowney, Merciless, and Watt. Those are 3 Pro Bowl players, dog.
Yeah.
Look it up.
Clowney's a bum. I'll say that.
Well,
Clowney won't worth the 20 or the 16 he was
there you
asking
go.
for.
See, that's true.
That's who I was bringing up before.
That's true.
You
I
gonna pay
agree.
him or you gonna pay Clowney?
Neither.
He better than Clowney. Clowney's overrated. Clowney been overrated.
But at least Clowney, at least I can maybe get 10 sacks. JJ Watt ain't giving you nowhere near 10 sacks.
Hold on. Where has Clowney got? Clowney's never gotten 10 sacks.
But he's capable of it. Look, I'm
No,
not
he's
giving him
not. Dude,
Yes,
I think
he
his
is.
highest total was four sacks.
Where at? With Seattle
I think in his career.
in his career?
Yeah. Clowney's a
then,
bum.
Well, I wouldn't go that far.
He's
Stop.
been
not a
living
bum.
off the reputation of
He's been a rep.
South.
And just like JJ's living off of
No, it's not reputation. Don't do that.
it is.
Don't do that.
He's living off 2011, 12, 13, 14,
Oh my
15.
God.
Last 5 years,
That's
nothing. Nothing. Ever since he got off that damn bus with that Letterman jacket on, the Patriots kicked their ass. They ain't done a damn thing in Houston.
Yo, you're crazy, Larry.
Am I bugging?
Yo, Clowney.
Look at his stats the last 5 years compared to the previous 5 for JJ Watt. You'll see, look, he's dealt with some injuries.
And he's been
gotten
hurt.
older. He's
Pectoral. And
Pectoral.
mhm.
Achilles, right? Achilles or something, he had a knee or something, right?
Yeah, he's been hurt.
He's been hurt. Yes. It's not all his fault. But there's still facts. His numbers are nowhere near what they were. Go look at 12, 13, 14, 15, when he was the number 1 player in the NFL player countdown at least once and maybe even twice.
Okay. The first 5 years of 5 years, he played in every single game. 16. Then in 16, he only played 3 games. He got hurt.
There's the decline. There's the
17,
decline.
he played 5 games. He
There's
came back in
decline.
18 and played 16 games.
What was his
and
stats?
then-
What was the stats?
What was his stats?
He had 7 forced fumbles,
Okay.
16 sacks.
Okay.
Yeah, he was balling. What are you talking about?
in the last 5 years,
Keep going.
61 tackles.
That's a
how
16.
many- he had 16
Seven-
sacks in 18?
In 18, yeah.
He had 16?
Am I reading this wrong?
I'm
I'm not. I'm looking at it. 2018, he had 16 sacks and 61 tackles.
Okay, so one good year
Hold
in
on, not
the
even
last 5. One good year in the last 5.
That gets you.
Dude.
So 20% give you
That ain't-
15 mil.
Yeah, you that. Yeah,
And then in 20, he played all his games,
Mhm.
and he had 5 sacks last year.
That ain't a 15. That ain't a $16 million player though. Yeah, you got people, New England Patriots making $250,000 getting 5 sacks.
Clowney
Yeah.
gonna get. I'm not Clowney, but JJ Watt deserves. He's gonna get. Somebody's gonna pay him.
Yeah, somebody look. He's not a bum. Let's just look. I'm not being crazy here. Look, he was literally the best player in the NFL 4, 5, 6 years ago. He was, but since then, it's been a steady decline. You talk about the cliff, and Brady and things of that nature. I see the cliff with JJ. Now the question I have for you guys: 3 teams are on his list right now as finalists: Packers, Titans, and Bills. What's the best fit? I think it's a very easy answer. Go.
Hmm.
Titans.
Very easy. Titans, Bills, or Packers? Very easy answer.
Titans.
Hmm.
Wrong.
That's a tough one.
No, it ain't. It's an
You know
easy
what?
answer.
You know.
I think the Bills.
Wrong. Packers. He's from
The
Wisconsin,
Packers.
and they're
No, no,
freaking
no, no,
good.
no.
Yeah, but
that
they
was
Baseball
got two
game.
edge rushers though.
But he's an inside guy, and he's going to a good team.
You could put him inside, but he's the outside guy.
No, he's an inside guy. He's a 3 technique. You can put him outside, but he ain't got no speed no more. Now put his ass on the inside. The Packers. He's from Wisconsin.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, no,
No,
I
yeah.
get that. No, I get that.
Yeah.
The only reason I said Tennessee because I mean it don't. I be thinking about the weather for some of these guys like that. That's the reason why I said that. But yeah, the Packers is an easy choice.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day,
Pretty good defense, really good offense, really good quarterback. So yeah,
I mean, in the 15 mil, we talking about solely our performance. I mean, of course,
sure.
JJ is going. He's gonna up any franchise he go to because I mean he's been always been known as a good character guy and everybody loves him in the community. I mean the same ties that he took the Texas. So I mean he definitely brings a lot of value, but just off performance, 15 mil. I mean I guess if you're not trying to get anybody else and it doesn't affect the cap or anything like that, but I mean that's the only way I can see it.
15 mil, I can get me 3 defensive linemen probably. That I can rotate in for 15 mil, though.
Well, one, he's going to give you more as
And they can combine for 5 sacks. I mean, yeah,
what OG talked about. He's going to give you more in the community too.
yes,
So he's a good community guy. He's a good face. But also, he earlier today I was listening to my XM, and I don't think that number. We're kind of curious of where it came from, but JJ Watt had put out a statement that
where it came from.
I don't think that.
Look, it came from 1 or 2 people, his people, right? Or some teams are trying.
I think it was a team. I don't think it was him.
People, yeah.
Because JJ,
I heard 15 to 16 mil. I'm like, ooh.
I think it was Jay Glazier. That's what I was listening to. And he texted him. That's what it was. And JJ Watt responded to. His agent and them have not put out any numbers. So they believe it's a team that put that out there. So it might not necessarily be Watt that was putting that out there.
Yep.
And then
there's some other teams off. Yep.
And then getting back to Clowney for a hot minute, his highest total was 9.5 sacks.
I thought he had more than 4. I'm like,
yeah. But the last 2 years, he had 3 sacks. He had 0 last year in Tennessee.
Damn.
3 in Seattle. My God, my strong safety is getting me more sacks in Seattle. Come on, man.
They're upset, man. Don't get mad because people go to Seattle, take the money, and don't.
Hey man, remember, Derwin all about the name in the front. So don't even worry. Don't even worry about it.
That's good. We'll see where JJ Watt ends up. Look, Pittsburgh would be nice to play with his brother. I think the Bills would probably be the second best fit because they're getting close. They need some D line help as far as rushing the passer and getting after the quarterback. But I just think the Packers makes too much sense. He started in high school in Wisconsin, born there, and of course went to the University of Wisconsin-Madison. So that would work for me. Keeping it in the NFL, Tom Brady. I mean, freak. I mean, it's Tom Brady. You saw some Red Sox players show up. JD Martinez showed up with a Tom Brady shirt. I think it looked like almost like the Hangover shirt. You know how he got off the boat and stuff, was a little tipsy. And so it was one of them shirts. It was pretty funny. Jason Light, the GM, and Bruce Arians, they want him back. They're talking about possibly extending him. I agree with this. He's got a 2-year deal, signed it before last season. So he's got 1 year left, the 2021 season, going to make about $25 million. I think it was a 2-year, $50 million deal. Would you guys extend Tom Brady? I would probably give him at least a year, maybe even 2. 1 year would get him through his 45th birthday. 2 would get him to 46, which I think you probably need to do. Give him 3 more years. What are your thoughts here? You want to be careful here. You don't want to go crazy. Brady is 44. Will be 45 in. No, he'll be 44, right? He'll be 44 in August. I'm a year older.
Well, this is what this is about. Extending him is they're only going to extend him. Yeah, they want him back, but this is
Also
all
help
for
with salary cap too.
salary cap. They got the Tampa got a bunch of guys. Shaq Barrett. They got Jason
Godwin.
Pierre-Paul. They got a bunch of guys they got to resign.
A couple of offensive linemen. Yep.
Yeah, so this is what that's all about. By extending him, it helps them with the cap to try to keep some of these players, because if they don't, then it's going to make it a lot more difficult. You want to kind of bring back the same pieces that you had. You start losing pieces here or there, you're not going to have the same team. Now, I'm a firm believer that I've watched Tom Brady. Is it hard for me to say? He just does things with whatever he has. He did that in New England forever. Whatever guys if he has Welker for a year or he's hurt or Grunk is not there, he just makes do with the guys that he has around him. And that's what he's always done. But they got a couple of guys in Tampa. I remember in Seattle when they won their Super Bowl, the very next year, if Seattle wasn't paying them, all those guys got paid. I mean, everybody wants your players when you win. When you win, other teams start picking. Oh, so-and-so's a free agent? We like what he did? We're going to try to throw some money. Other teams start throwing money at your players. So what Tampa needs to do right now, restructure his contract so they can have some money so they can keep a Chris Godwin, so they can keep Barrett, who's been a monster, a young monster who deserves his money. He's not taking a discount. Shaq Barrett deserves his money.
You got the linebacker. Is he coming up too pretty soon? What's his name?
David or White? I think White's fairly young.
Yeah, okay, he is young because that's right. He was riding a horse on the field. But yeah, he's coming up. You got David, man. They got some studs.
It's a lot of them. I mean, like what Darren was saying.
I think they got like $25 to $30 million in salary cap space, which seems like a lot, but it ain't. Not when you got paid like 4, 5, 6 guys, and they're all going to be making probably 10 plus.
Yeah, some guys you don't want them to hit that market.
Do the math on that. Go ahead, OG.
Because if it hit the market and teams start throwing money, you might lose them. Go, OG.
Nah, you really hit on the money. That's how I was looking at it. I mean, I know what they talking about possibly paying them, but at the same time, when you got all those players that they have to renegotiate, and this is what happens with championship teams. I mean, the prices go up for some of them, and you really, I mean, like we're talking about football. It's a short window to get paid. Like, I mean, you got the chip. Now if you want some extra dip, I mean, you might have to dip. So, I mean, that's really what it comes down to. I mean, I think it's an odd situation though, because if we looked at some of the last Super Bowl teams, it's not Brady. Like when you think of Brady, like you give him whatever you want, and sometimes that might have to be at the sacrifice of some other players, and like the key to what you said, Darwin, and this is why I've always liked Brady, is because it seems like no matter who lined up with him, if you can catch, they're going to move the ball, and like so you might give up some players, unfortunately, but I still think Brady will find a way to make do with whoever's out there that lines up at receiver.
Yeah, well, we've seen him do that for pretty much, I would say, 15 of those 20 years in New England. He had nobody. And he still took those teams to Super Bowls or bare minimum AFC Championship games. What's up?
So some of those guys, Shaq Barrett, free agent, Levante David, who's a very good linebacker.
That's what I said. I think David's one. Yeah.
Yeah, David's one. Grunk, Grunk's coming back. Ndamukong Suh.
Yeah, but he's a free agent too.
He's a free agent. Leonard Fournette is a free agent.
Them defensive players gotta come back.
Yeah, there's a bunch of guys on this list, but those are the main guys that are on this list that you would want to bring back. So
and that's what I was saying. Look, 30 million. I think they've got around 30 million, maybe a little less. And it sounds like okay, they got some salary cap space, but you do the math, dude. They got like 6, 7, 8 legit starters that are up, and it's like all of them ain't coming. And he wants to run it back. He's already talked about the offensive lineman. He's talked about Godwin getting those guys taken care of. Yeah, good luck with that, man. But if Brady does, maybe you throw on another 2 years, give him some money up front, could probably create another, $10 million in salary cap space right there. And that could be the difference in keeping maybe 4 or 5 of those guys instead of like 2.
Yeah. So. Well, Godwin has publicly said, I'm trying to rephrase what he said. He's like, basically, I'm not just going to go somewhere else to be miserable for a couple of extra bucks.
Right.
You know,
Right.
so he
Well,
wants to stay.
well,
But your Shaq Barrett, and I don't know if Sue's going to be there, but
Mhm.
Levante David, those two guys, those are the core of your defense. Two of
Sure.
your better guys, and they got to pay Shaq Barrett. He's a
Yeah.
defensive end.
Would
He's
you go?
gonna ask for that kind of $15 to $16 million
Right.
that
Mhm. JJ.
Clowney and JJ Watt want, and he deserves his money.
Right. Would you go to Siberia for the right amount of money?
It's cold in Siberia though.
For the right amount, would you go there?
Yeesh.
Fuck, man, yes, I would do it for a couple of years, absolutely. If
And
it's the
have
right amount.
frostbite? Is it worth the
I,
frostbite?
I, I ain't got to stay outside, dog. I can just stay inside. I'll be inside for 2 years, and you throw me $100 million, I'd be like, I'm holla at y'all. You know what
So
I'm
you
saying?
say you had
I'll be
COVID,
back.
so you're used to it?
You gotta
You
have
used to
internet
staying
service.
inside?
Pretty much.
You gotta have
Yeah.
internet service though.
Internet service, good delivery. I'm good, man. Good stove. Give me, mate and stuff. I'm good. I'll be
Nah,
inside being
Larry, man,
miserable.
you like being out too much, man. You go
Well,
crazy.
dude, with $100 million, I can do whatever the hell I want to do.
Ain't nobody
Right.
I,
coming to
I can make
Siberia to see
anything
you,
happen.
dog.
No, that's true.
He
But whatever they
really be
got,
big. Hey, big bucks, no whammies. Then.
that is true. No, I was just making fun of Godwin. Like, oh, I don't want to be. I don't want to go anywhere and be miserable. Like, dude, you better stop. Somebody give you $20 million a year as a receiver, and the Bucks can give you like 6 or 7. You better take that money, man.
Oh
Trying
yeah,
to create
that's
some
a no
generational
brainer. But who
wealth.
go pay
Exactly.
him $20 million?
He got
I
his
know.
ring. He's good.
Yeah, exactly, dude. I know he just got engaged not too long ago, or his girlfriend's pregnant. One of the two. I saw something not too long ago. I know he had some stuff on social media or whatever with his girlfriend. Real quickly, very serious story before we get out of here, man.
Mm.
Uh, COD player, Call of Duty mobile player, Soul, was murdered by another esports player. Her real name, I believe, is Oliveira
Hmm.
Bueno da Silva, the young man that's been detained, and she's 19 years of old. This 19 years of age. This happened in Brazil. I believe it was Sao Paulo, Brazil, maybe. His name is Guilherme. It looks like Alves Costa. We're gonna just say Costa. I guess is the alleged assailant. Right now, he's in custody. Met up with her, allegedly, killed her. Killed a 19-year-old girl. Went to her residence and committed this
Stabbed her to
stabbed
death.
her, committed this heinous murder. Did it on? Did he filmed it? Put it on WhatsApp
Yeah.
and some other platforms?
Sick.
Despicable, just heinous, sick, very disturbing. You guys' thoughts here? How violence is creeping into the world of esports?
Yeah, it was tough. I mean, because it was it was intentional, because from what the police said is that they read a journal that he had, and he said that he was going to do it, and
Like
then
some
on
sort of
top of it,
manifesto or something, right? Yeah.
yeah, and then on top of it, um you record it, take pictures, like I mean, it was a lot going on there. I mean, and you know, my thoughts and prayers go out to that young lady's family and their friends, and they have to endure that. Like I said, because once you put something on the internet, it lives forever. Like I
Mhm.
mean, and death is hard enough, but to actually have to deal with it in that manner, nobody deserve that. They don't know the reasoning. I'm sure eventually they'll, probably get to the bottom of it, or who knows. I mean, he probably, I don't know what it is in Brazil or whatever, but I think somewhere down the line, I mean, he's either going to be locked up for a long time, or life, or whatever consequence they may give over there for that. But I mean, it's just sad. It's sad to hear.
It is. Your thoughts here, D Dubs. When I saw this and I read this, I was like, because I think the headline was, esports, esports person murdered. I'm like, huh, what happened? And I was like, murdered by another esports person. I was like, oh man. So I did a little research on the young lady,
Mm.
Oliveira Buena da Silva, and the more you read, I'm like, this is just awful, man. This is very very tragic. This is yeah, she did not deserve this at all, man.
Um, you know, our society is just getting worse.
Wilding, wilding, man.
It's just crazy. Even not to drive politics into it, but even with the government, just people just doing stuff. I live here in Brooklyn, and just the crime. And I lived in Baltimore, which I think Baltimore is one of
Buck.
the worst
Hmm.
major cities on the East Coast, bar none. There ain't nothing
Hmm.
close.
No, you're
And I
right.
lived there for 4 years. Like homicide is a sport to these guys. Um, just watching the news here in Brooklyn, it's like people are doing things and they just don't care. Hit and run, someone's killed, and you just leave them there for dead. Um, there was a time in growing up where babies and elderly were off limits. Now the old 89-year-old woman getting punched in the face, being pushed down. We're assaulting the Asian community now. It's just a lot of stuff going on right now that is just ridiculous. And I would love to know why he killed this girl. Why? Something with the game? Was she a bad team? I mean, like, why?
Yeah, trying to figure out their connection. He did reach out to her. It seems like he definitely knew of her. But yeah, we're trying to. OG hit the nail right on the head. Motive. We don't know. We don't know. I don't know if there were any, sort of, advances made by him, and maybe he was denied. We don't know
Yeah,
anything.
that was my initial
I
thoughts.
know.
Is like somewhere down the line, it must either been some form of rejection or, um, I don't know. Maybe they had an encounter and she, you know, wanted to not mess with him anymore. Well, I mean, something that was the first thing that came to my mind. But I mean, if it's no good. It's not never going to be a good reason when we find out what happened. But it's just, I don't know. It's sad. I mean, 19. She had her whole life in front of her, and just another senseless murder that we have to read about and hear about.
Yeah. Hopefully, they'll get to the bottom of this. The investigation is underway. Like I said, the young man, Guillermo or whatever, Alves Costa. Costa is he is in custody. We did show a picture of the guy being arrested in Brazil. Just tragic, man. I feel bad for her family. Once again, she did not deserve this, and the way she died as well. Just like I don't know what I don't know what this guy was thinking. I really
It
don't.
just seems like a little bit that I read that he was radicalized somehow. I don't know, terrorism, and you know she was a rising star. It seemed like she had just started her career in
Mhm.
esports. Maybe he was envious. I don't know, but nobody. And 19 is just way too young to lose a
Mhm.
child.
At
It
any
just,
at any age to die
it's,
like this, being
yeah.
stabbed to death. Yeah, it's just
And then the horror and that she must have felt. She meets another gamer. You think you have something in common. We're both gamers. We play the same game. You know, you think you guys are cool or whatever, and then little you know that he's planning to do this to you.
right. Well, it was seems like it was definitely meditated, premeditated for sure. I mean, he
Right.
went out to do this, so um, he's got consequences he's gonna have to deal with. So whatever's coming his way, like OG said, uh, you know, in prison for life, or even the death penalty. I really don't care what happens to him. Just make sure you turn off the light, man. Throw away the key and keep it moving. He's earned this one. We'll see what happens. We'll follow this investigation. Hopefully, her and her family they get justice down there in Brazil. Real quickly before we get out here, compete forever on Black News Channel this weekend, Saturday, Sunday, 11 a.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Eastern. Episode 39, Michigan State University NBA 2K Championship. The best players on the campus there at Sparty, East Lansing, Michigan. Saturday, Sunday, 11 a.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Eastern, both days on Black News Channel BNC. You can catch it on Comcast Xfinity. You can get it on DirecTV, ATT Uverse, also Dish Network, and also Spectrum and Charter cable systems. Almost 60 million homes on Black News Channel in. Big news of Black News Channel. I got my boy Mike Hill and some other people. I got some new shows coming on board. I believe in the next couple of weeks. I just got the schedule coming out. Couple weekends. We only got one show on Saturday instead of 6 p.m. and 11 a.m. It's just only 11 a.m. because I got these new shows.
Mm.
Come on, Gary Wardlaw.
We got to talk about
Right.
that. I was
Yeah.
actually talking to Mike about an hour ago for the show.
Who?
Um,
Mike Hill, Thrill?
mhm.
You tell him we boys?
Huh?
You tell him we boys?
Well, you know what the funny thing is?
We're tight. Yeah.
Yeah, I text him and I saw the publication. I saw the picture,
Yeah,
and
I
I
texted
texted
once I
him.
saw it too. Yeah.
I said to congratulate him, and he said, funny thing, I saw you this weekend on the Black News Channel, and I got a chuckle out of that because
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, Mama, I made it. Mike Hill saw me.
People see it, but I'm telling you, people
Yeah.
watch, especially our people, man. You'd be surprised, man. I get up it all the time, like, damn, y'all doing some Madden on TV?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I believe that they someone was telling me that they hired a bunch of new people the last couple of weeks.
Bunch of new reporters. I got my girl Ayana Cristal in Atlanta. They got another chick from Atlanta in Philly now.
Mhm.
Beautiful Hispanic chick. I forget her name. But yeah, they're spending some money. What you laughing at, OG?
Yeah, and they're doing some things. So
He
yeah.
ain't lying. Go look at her. I ain't lying.
Mhm.
That's right.
I believe you, Larry.
And I believe the other Larry I just found out is down there too,
Larry, who?
Boston.
Lawson?
Yeah,
Shut up.
that's what I was told.
He was at Nesson when I was there.
Yeah, that's what I was told.
I was gonna stay, man. They just didn't pay anything at Nesson. I was like, man, y'all wilding. Um, Larry Lawson is in at Black News Channel.
That's what I was told.
I'm gonna
So
text. Boy, I'm gonna text him right now, boy. Are you serious? What is he doing at Black News Channel?
I don't know.
He was the
But
head guy at Nesson. Well, he was like,
yeah,
he was like, I basically, VP of operations or what. He's basically a news director at Nesson for the most part.
yeah, he's changed his profile. He's the executive producer, showrunner of Black News Channel. I'm looking at LinkedIn right now.
Oh man,
And a
I
couple
gotta
of
text
people
him.
that we probably know.
We know everybody. They Black, we know them.
At NBC, that are down there now, and that was in Connecticut.
Who?
You know Danielle? Dancy?
Probably, yeah. It sounds familiar. I do know that the guy that's running everything now was at NBC Sports. He's been around for a while. Prince L. Hare was at Comcast and NBC Sports. So he's running the ship down there at Black News Channel now. So look, I mean, they went from, I think I read something about they've grown like, I don't know, 100% or something like that. So hey, let's just keep supporting them. And they got some new shows coming online. I know Mike's got a morning show. I believe they're going to start
Yeah.
running. I know they got a lot of programming on the weekend. I think we got bumped for an Olympic show at 6 o'clock that they're running. There's some other shows. I know Brian, my boy worked at SNY with me. What's his name? Brian. The Jets pre and post game show. He's a boxing guy now. Brian.
Custer?
Hester. Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, Hester. Is it Hester?
No, I think it's Custer. No.
Brian Custer, BC.
Yeah.
Brian Custer, B. Cuss. Brian Custer's got a boxing show. He used to come on right before us. Well, not a boxing show, but it's like a, one-on-one sports talk show. He comes on at 5:30, literally 30 minutes before we do. So I know they're stacking the shows on the weekends, man. It's all sports, and that's what they wanted. So that's why we were one of the first ones we got in the door. So good for Black News Channel. We'll continue to support them and root them on. Any last word shout outs, Coach K?
No. Just,
Shout outs, Coach K.
Yeah, shout out Black News Channel. Growing. They had a nice article in New York Times. Check it out. Behind the paywall. But no, shout out to them, man. We have.
Okay. OG.
I'll just if you didn't get to check out the NSGC Black History Month Legacy and Gaming panel, you can go to twitch.tv/Nets Gaming Crew. It's right there waiting on you.
Right there waiting on you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
D-Dubs, what up, Dagwood?
Not much, man. Just taking it day
Shout out
by
to your
day.
wife and your son.
Man, shout out to your kids as well, man.
Oh, thank you.
Hopefully.
Hey, I'm trying to get to my kid. My daughter waiting on me to pick her up to take her to dinner.
Oh, well, let's get out of here, man.
We gotta go. I gotta eat too.
Hey guys, thanks for watching esportsXTRA, the only live call-in sports show talking traditional sports, esports, and gaming. Shout out to the HBCU Yard folks, Rod, Chappelle. Just got off the phone with him. We're going to be doing some stuff with their HBCU league. I think we're going to have Soldier Boy and T-Pain. They're going to be helping us stream some stuff on Saturdays. We'll talk more about that in the weeks coming up. So we'll be, I'll keep you guys posted on that. Van, where are you at? Van TV. Let's go, Van. Give us a call. Get this thing on video, game, entertainment, and news network. Shout out to them. Hopefully they can get something over the finish line. And, we'll see you guys Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern. Have a good weekend.